Hello, my people. How are you doing? My name is Nola. I'm a property owner and I'm also a owner of this YouTube channel. I'm here today to share with you in this video my experience that I have pretty much endured or experienced during this initial process pertaining to the digging slash contouring of my property. And my property is a sloped property, my people. So I know it wasn't going to be easy to prepare the land. And so I hired an architect to oversee the preparation process for me, knowing that an architect is a person who does the actual detailed work in terms of the measurements and putting everything together. You guys know what the architect does. So, I said the architect would be be a good person, would be the right person for me to have to oversee that aspect of it, just to make sure I get everything right before the foundation process. And so, my people, when I traveled home, I first thing I noticed when I arrived was that the place was cut too deep, or it looked pretty much deep to me. So when I spoke with the architect and said, hey, I didn't know that this was how it was going to be done, because I know the architect who drew the drawing said it was supposed to be benched and that it is supposed to be 10 feet deep. 10 feet supposed to cut 10 feet deep and bench all the way to the back of the property. So the architect took out an ink pen and drew an illustration and was showing me how the house is going to sit on the land, and that's why it had to cut that way. So I took his word for it. And so it was time for me um, to move on to arranging for the builder to come and do the lining out of the property. And so I got in touch with the builder. When the builder came, my people, the builder said the place is cut down too short and there is not enough length for the house to fit um, based on the approved drawing. And so instead of it being cut, I mean, the depth at this point, it was too deep, but we could work with the depth. And so, instead it was cut 10 feet, it was cut about 25 feet. And based on measurements, based on how the builder measured, what he found was that it was short an additional 12 feet to the back of the land and 25 feet wide. And that's because my people, because of how the garage is situated on the drawing, because this was a drawing that was done way back in 2008, and so I just had someone redo it just to to get it updated, because that's what is required by the parish council. And so the builder said the garage would be too close to the road because it has to be a certain distance from the road. So I contacted the architect again, and when I spoke with the architect is telling me that the architect told me that it is the house is supposed to be two basements. Yeah, two basements, my people. Um, so we at this point, the builder suggested that I reached out to the municipal corporation before I proceed to do anything else. And so I did. And that conversation was a three-way between myself, who was in the office of the parish council, um, and the architect on the phone. And that's something that I have to discuss with you guys in another video pertaining to where the house is supposed to be from the front of the property to um, in terms of distance, how many feet and so forth, and what is by law versus what is on the drawing. But that is something that I would like to discuss in another video with you guys. So, um, anyways, we were trying to do some to see how best we could work um, with the current situation in terms of what is cut so far. But it turns out that when the builder returned to to see if what we came up with could work, it still could not work, meaning that we still have to go beyond um, what is as is in terms of measurements to cut the rest of the area that needs to be cut. Not only because it's what is required on the drawing, but secondly because that's the only way the house is going to fit on the property. So, my people, my question is at this point is, and let me say, unfortunately, this is what happens when some people who are supposed to be professionals take on jobs that they know very little about. And let me tell you, people, I did my due diligence by making sure, checking into people's experiences, people's work experience, their knowledge base in terms of what they're doing. And just to make sure, you're talking about from surveyor to architect to builder to everybody involved in this project. So, my people, how who is accountable at this point? How do we get here? How do I get here? Not we. How do I get here? And how do I fix this? Two basements? I can't even afford one basement, my people, more so two basements. Am I building a castle? I don't think so. I don't even know if castles have two basements. Do I look like I can afford two basements? This is crazy. Crazy, my people. So, and let me just say this quickly, my people, that please, I don't know any, this is my first time doing a YouTube video. If you notice the one that's posted, it has no audio. I'm just asking you guys, please just look at the pictures for me and the video. And my next one hopefully will be better. It's going to take some time. But I intend to share my journey along with you guys to keep you guys posted because I have a lot to share with you. And I do see that it's going to be a whole lot more to share with you guys. So I thank you so much for riding this journey with me. And please, I'm asking you to feel free to drop a comment below. It will be highly anticipated and appreciated. And please do not forget to smash the like button, press the subscribe button as well. And also, please remember to hit the all notification bell so that you guys can see exactly, you guys can be updated along the way on the craziness that's happening on my end. Okay? And so that you guys can learn and see what's involved in all this process and everything when you have decided to do things on your own, when you can't afford to get somebody, and you says, okay, then this is the best way you're going to do it, you know. And trust me, anywhere you go, you get it. If you deal with somebody, if you can afford and you hire somebody, it's the same. If you decide to go with it on your own, there's no getting away. So, guys, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this video with me. Thank you for your time, and God bless. Okay? Bye bye.